Well, do you mind, even if there isn't that much like lyrical substance per se? I know there's an overall theme park theme, just the most dangerous theme park in the world. That's kind of what Injuries Are Inevitable is about. Do you mind if we quickly go, or briefly go under the skin of the track listing for Injuries Are Inevitable and provide whatever insight there may be, even if it's kind of brain dead?
Yeah, go for it, man. So I mean, the theme park is based on like a real theme park. Uh, Most samples come from a documentary called Class Action Park, which is about Action Park, which is like a real place that had. I think it. I don't know if it's still open. If it is open, it's definitely under like different management. But in the 80s and 90s, it was just kind of like a Wild West like theme park. It was like a water park, and there's no rules, no safety, anything. Like all the rides were built by the people who like ran the place. It was just like a millionaire that just kind of went off on one. He just kind of owned land and let anything happen on it. So it was just run by drunk teenagers. It's just fucking so much destruction just happened there. But people just describe it like the most party atmosphere ever. So people just getting like their legs skinned, going down fucking slides or getting electrocuted and shit. People were dying in the go karts and things. But like,
Oh my god.
just seems like a fucking right. Yeah, if you've not seen a documentary, watch Class Action Park.
Class Action Park?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll definitely have to check that out now to do some homework on Injuries Are Inevitable. I mean the album title itself is pretty explainable, or it's pretty self-explanatory. That's what I meant to say. That first statement was so brain dead in and of itself. So obviously the title works, but why did you end up naming the album Injuries Are Inevitable as opposed to maybe any of the other track names on this album?
So I'm not really a fan of like calling an album after a track. I don't really want to do it for some reason. I don't know why. I don't feel it's a very party kind of thing to do. But we came up with Injuries Inevitable. Just party canon that was usually follow a kind of like 3 words alliteration essence type thing. So there's long hit hospitalization, reverse party platter, volumes of vomit. So we kind of want to keep it in line with that and kind of have the cover of that. Just I think stuff like that's kind of memorable, like rolls off your tongue quite easily. Injuries are inevitable. I just kind of has a nice alliteration type thing going on. That's kind of keep it moving party canon. And it kind of it just like fits the theme. With the whole concept of an album, I kind of want it to be solid enough so that if you looked for a concept, it'd be there. But if you kind of list any of the tracks like separately, it would just stand on its own.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, like quite literally, most of the track titles are in regard to the theme park. Like weird, but not illegal. This park is still following the law for what it's worth. It's just on private property, so it's weird, but not illegal.
Yeah.
Or Test the Shoot. I can only imagine that has something to do with this poor guy who's like suspended by balloons or whatever on the album cover, even though those are balloons, not shoots. So let's go ahead and start with weird, but not illegal. Literally, like going along this album, if there's anything to talk about, that's what we're looking to cover. So weird, but not illegal. Cool.
Well, ladies, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not drunk enough to know if this is good weird or bad weird. I'll get there though.
What's going on here, if there is anything?
Yeah, so that kind of covers it's kind of like a moral gray area or legal gray area, like the park can operate in. Like people kept trying to sue the park and get shut down, and the local government kept trying to get rid of it, but the guy just had the best defenses possible. Like nothing he did was technically illegal. It was just very kind of weird in terms of the way he can operate it. So it's more just about him kind of pulling a fast one, kind of just operating in that kind of gray area.
Right. How about Test to Shoot, track 2?
So the sample in that song even kind of comes out. Basically, they built their own like shoes, like a kind of like loop, and basically they're like throwing like dummies down it to see how it would work. And basically the dummies are all coming out like dismembered and things. And I'm like, oh, okay. So what we need to do is test out some real humans, and when we tested like the actual humans, everyone's kind of like smashing their face on the kind of loop. So a guy would have to go in and like pull these like fucking like teeth out, like the fucking lining of the shoe.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. How about not immediately life-threatening?
Oh wow. Yo.
Yes.
Yeah, you've not even seen the videos.
I saw the first music video, not this
Okay.
one though.
All right, so there's 2 more.
Yeah, the most dangerous theme park of all time. The owner was like, I'm not going to hassle the kids with a bunch of rules. I'm just going to leave safety up to them.
Which is very contradictory to the first 2 so far.
Yeah. That was how that guy kind of got away with certain injuries and getting away with things. Basically, he eventually had like some vague health inspectors come around the park, and they came and assessed what could go wrong. And just in the documentary, they're like, right, all these injuries are classes, they kind of downplay it as not immediately life-threatening. So basically, it's kind of level injury people are expected to receive from these things. Like, cool, that's good with me. It's not a death trap.
Approved.
Yeah, pretty much.
Track 4, we have Lane Staley went down the slip and slide.
So tell me, any preparations as we're about to embark on the speed slide?
Yeah, preparation H. I've got it on right now.
So I don't even know, Lane Staley's the guy from Alice in Chains. I'm not like an Alice in Chains fan, so I think he's the one that died. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh.
Yeah, so basically, he didn't die at a theme park. However,
Oh.
there was like a Headbangers Ball episode where they all went to Action Park, and so there's loads of clips of Alice in Chains going on with all these fucking rides.
All right. Fair enough. And this is also part of the documentary, or?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Alpine Spine, track 5.
Those are vocals, yeah. Definitely. There was like a ride, like an alpine ride there, where someone, I believe, they broke their spine on the ride. So it's kind of playing in the ride's name, Alpine Spine. So an alpine ride.
Understood. 1983. I know that's more or less the interlude on the album.
Yeah, that's like the year the park was founded.
Understood. Track 7, we have Cannonball Loop.
Yeah, there's another reference in the Cannonball Loop. The slide was looping it, but it was killing everybody and breaking them in half.
Track 8, we have Safety is Not Priority.
In the shed to smoke weed and have sex. That's what they would do in that shed. Why anybody would want to have sex in there, I can't fathom.
Yeah, it was just general consensus of people were coming there to party and they were coming there to be safe. So there's a bunch of lines, and I think that's a line from the documentary. A guy just went, safety is no priority, and it's a guy just kind of sticks in my mind.
Fair enough. Bonus Ambulance. YouTube Premium, man. Gotta get it. Eventually.
There are certainly things that happen at Action Park that are never spoken about. We lived through it. We regretted some of the things we did.
Apocalypse
but we
is
don't talk about
inbound. It's done here. This guy's back.
basically they're having so many injuries that the guy had to buy the hospital a new ambulance to kind of keep them happy. Because the ambulances were coming out so much that you I'll just buy you another ambulance, stop playing. So now you can have.
Right. And then the last track on this, the 10-song record, okay, yeah, released April 26th. I'm like, wait a minute, it's like deep into May. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm still waking up apparently. Track 10, Human Slime.
That's how the locals who lost their kids at a park refer to the owner. They refer to him as being human slime.
Wait, so did people actually die at this park?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Died, maimed, crippled.
Jesus.
But they
Okay.
had a good time.
That's good. Well, one thing I also wanted to touch up on, because I noticed between bonus ambulance and not immediately life-threatening, there was this character in a mask. Was that just supposed to be like Death the Reaper, or?
I think we're still fleshing out the lore in that one.
Okay.
We have a friend called Bailey who used to shoot all our music videos for the last album. He made like our documentary series and things like that. And unfortunately, he started to go blind, so he couldn't really like be a cameraman anymore. So he's gonna focus his efforts on other things. And he started making all these skull masks, and they're all like really high grade quality. So like, oh cool. So he's like a good friend of ours, and I want to keep him involved. We had a poster made for one of our UK tours. It features like a skull guy with a hat on, like a party hat, and like thrown up. Like, oh, that's cool as fuck. And it looks like one of Bailey's masks. It's like, oh, cool. We'll just bring the character to life and have him in the videos. It's just so Bailey can be involved, and it kind of gives us a bit of lore to work with. So the skull guy does not like party can. That's the kind of lore there.
Nice. And going into the near future, of course, like now that we've more or less gone under the skin, done whatever lobotomy we can for Injuries Are Inevitable, and now I have a documentary to watch, that being Class Action Park.
Yeah,
After
it's on
conducting, okay, HBO, understood. After conducting a lobotomy for Injuries Are Inevitable, and after us concluding the first half of the podcast session talking about bands that inspired all of the members in Party Canon, what distinguishes Injuries Are Inevitable from other iconic records relevant to slam, brutal death metal, slam down, whatever, in your own personal opinion?
I think what kind of makes Party Canon sound a bit different from like bands like Internal Bleeding or like Devourment or anything like that. Well, obviously they're like our biggest influences. I think there's way more like a brutal death metal focus on Party Canon. Like the speed aspect is definitely there, which isn't really like slam bands do go fast, but it's not really in the same kind of way we do. And there's a bit more of a kind of classic brutal death metal sound there, or kind of grindcore approach as well. Like it's a bit more kind of dense and layered, I think, in ways. There's a technical aspect as well. Like we're not like a tech death band, but our music does
You're
get pretty out
fucking
there.
close. I can hear it.
Yeah. So I think
Catches me off guard sometimes.
yeah. So I think it's more of a compositional thing. Like we do sound a lot like the classic albums we do associate with slam death metal, but I think we just kind of write the songs a bit differently. Like, or we kind of structure the songs a bit differently. Like there's more focus on speed, like, and the slams kind of come in as kind of more like a moment, like a kind of breakdown. Whereas a lot of these albums, the slam is kind of constant, which I like. But I think the way we structure songs is kind of closer to bands like Dying Fetus, where when a slam comes in, it feels like a breakdown.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. And I mean, I most likely know the answer to this, but for the sake of press, for the sake of this live stream podcast, how and why did Injuries Are Inevitable become an album instead of an EP?
Well, we felt we've done enough splits and EPs. Kind of want to keep putting albums out, and when we signed Unique Leader, knew we wanted an album. So
Fair enough. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. It's just good for marketing. It's a bigger effort, so people are more willing to invest into it. More people are willing to pre-order for it, as opposed to an EP coming out and they're like, well, when's the album coming out though? Like, that's always the stigma. And I mean, I get it, because I know that me myself, like, I'm definitely more prone, more motivated to invest when it's a bigger, like, it's more songs on a CD, it's more songs on a disc.